So good morning everyone, and welcome over here to Universal Orlando Resort. Decided to come on over today just to hang out for a little bit, try to check out, see if we can see anything with the Velocicoaster, also just to ride some rides. Don't think it's gonna be a very busy day, so we're hoping to kind of get as much as we can done. Maybe try to jump on Hagrid's and just overall, but it is very much colder today, and it's gonna get colder throughout the day. So the clouds are gloomy, it's a very gloomy day, but yeah, we'll make the most of it. We can get what we can get sometimes. Sometimes you come and it's a perfect day out, everyone shows up. On a gloomy day like today, not everyone's gonna show up. So we're gonna head on inside. We're actually gonna start at Islands of Adventure today. Look over at the new Velocicoaster, see if maybe they're running it today. Been trying to come when they're running it, but I still have not seen it running. So I was kind of looking through some of the wait times really quickly, and like Dr. Doom's is 15, Fast Furious, I don't really like it. Hagrid's is only a 30-minute wait. They were doing virtual Q4 and I tried to get into it, but I guess they stopped that just right when I did that. Harry Potter Forbidden Journey is only 10 minutes. Rip Ride Rocket's delayed because of the high winds for today. Men in Black only 10, Mummy's 25, Hulk's 35. That's actually longer than Hagrid's. Simpsons, not great ride. And just in general, lines aren't super bad today, so hopefully we get on a few things. Won't do any of the water rides. Oh, it looks like Jurassic Park's reopened after the minor refurbishment that it goes through. I think the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get a return time for the Incredible Hulk coaster. And then go check out a couple of the stores really quick and then come back to this. And then keep working our way through like Jurassic Park and go see all the stuff going on. Because it sounds like that they turned on a lot of the waterfalls over by the new Velocicoaster, but do the Hulk. Haven't done this in a decent amount of time actually. So as we're waiting, I just noticed right here that looks like Spider-Man, it's got the front, they're repainting the front entrance area, looks like again. Which is a good sign. That means they're able to put some work in while it's not very busy. Because you can see everything's kind of wrapped up and everything. So that's a good sign. And maybe also doing some concrete work out in front of it as well. So if you are looking for the entrance, I think it's going to be down to the right next to the Auntie Anne's pretzel shop. So I think now it's about time for us to head back over to the Incredible Hulk. It's about time to do our return time and also go ride the Incredible Hulk coaster, which if you're wondering, if you go down past the gift shop here on the left right here, this gift shop, if you go down all the way to the water, you get an amazing view of the train coming out, doing the flip, and coming down and doing the big loops over here. But I do remember back in the day when they were doing all the work on the Incredible Hulk coaster, when they completely took every single support out and rebuilt it essentially from the ground up. Yeah, definitely a little rougher than I thought, but also we were in like the 7th row, so the second to last row. I mean, still a lot of fun. The only other thing though I noticed on our ride through was the music wasn't working the entire time. That's the one thing I really like about the new version, is that they have that onboard audio. But unfortunately on our train, the onboard audio wasn't working, so oh well, it just happens from time to time. So if you are wondering, so the entrance to the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man is actually down here. So if you come down by the comic book shop, it's actually right here. It's actually the entrance area right where Toon Lagoon starts. So for right now, that's where this is all at. Something I completely forgot about is the UAP stuff. And so this, they gave us two things. We have the magnet for the quarterly stuff, and I really like this magnet a lot. I've really got my collection of magnets going like crazy. I didn't even think about it until we walked in here. We were looking at stuff because we were taking it a little slower today. But I love the pin, and I love what it says on the back, where it's like, beignets. Give it a second, let it focus. It says, "Tasty pastry, breakfast or dessert, why aren't you available in the parks all the time?" Which is the truth. Why aren't they available all the time? So one of my normal spots to go down to see the Velocicoaster, which you can see down there in the back, is normally to come up here down by Popeye and Bluto's Build Rad barges. But currently it's down for its normal winter maintenance stuff. So unfortunately you can't go down there to look at the Velocicoaster. That's like my normal place to go. But I will say when it does open, it's gonna be my favorite place to go down to watch the coaster run. kind of walking through the Jurassic Park section because we do want to stop off and look at the Velocicoaster. But I did want to say that Jurassic Park River Adventure is reopened right now. But they do have some walls up around the area, but they have the Jurassic World walls, like the logo from Jurassic World. Those are the ones, those walls are up. So it's always weird to see that because it's supposed to be Jurassic Park themed to that section. And then once you get up to Velocicoaster, it's supposed to be more Jurassic World theme up there. So we're up here right across the way from Jurassic Park River Adventure, and we're looking at the Velocicoaster, and one of the big things is you can kind of see a little bit right there, the waterfall has been turned on in this section. But I will say, looking at this section, this is gonna be an amazing spot to watch you go by. But I mean, like, it's super close to everything. Like when you go through these rock works and everything, it looks like you're right next to it. But apparently this thing has 4 inversions, 2 big launches, a 155-foot tall top hat, and multiple encounters with velociraptors. So watching when this thing opens is going to be amazing, and I kind of hope we could see it running today because getting to see it right here would have been amazing. So it wasn't like a whole lot to see with the Velocicoaster on this area. So we're actually going to head into Diagon Alley over here, get a return time for Hagrid. Hopefully it's not a super long wait like when I came a couple weeks ago. And then we'll probably do Forbidden Journey, and then hopefully be able to go on Hagrid's, and then I think we'll stop and have some lunch at the Three Broomsticks over here. So, but I do love the fact that you come in this way. You come to Hogsmeade, but on the left-hand side you've got the Hogwarts Castle. But then if you look to your right, you've got the Velocicoaster right here. So it's kind of an interesting perspective of everything, especially if you're eating over at Three Broomsticks. I think they've blocked off the exterior now so you can't see it. But I mean, it gets pretty close to the Three Broomsticks and Hogsmeade right there. So right here we're coming up to we're gonna try to do Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure, but it's 3-minute wait, so we are getting return time for it, but it is better than when I came the other time when it was posting an hour-plus wait for it. So, but I love this ride. It's such an amazing ride. That's why I can't wait for like the Velocicoaster and stuff, because it's built by the same group that built Hagrid's. So we only had to actually wait about 5 minutes at the most for this, for our return time. So we're gonna be able to jump right onto Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. So I'm really excited about this. It's gonna be a good ride through. And especially since it's a little bit darker out too today because of all the cloud cover, it should make it really cool to go through and you can see some of the lights and stuff. So we were actually in line for Hagrid's, and actually Hagrid's did go down while we were in line. But the thing that I'm a little weirded out is that we were up to where the LED lights where like the motorbike is going above you when they're trying to duplicate them. But we were in that little hallway right before that. Well, the ride broke down. They said it was gonna be a while, maybe a little bit, they're not sure. And then like everyone that was in that like area where you get the hand sanitizer before you get on the ride, they emptied them out, gave them one of the return, like the express passes that you can use to come back. But then they made us wait. So I'm a little weirded out why they did that, but they didn't do that for us. And they're like, oh well, you guys will be the first ones on the ride. I'm like, yeah, but we waited about 30-35 minutes for it outside of that, like from the time it stopped, and then we waited about 20 minutes for that. So, and then they didn't really give us any other, like, they didn't really like comp us for the wait. I mean, I understand we wanted to wait, but yeah, it was a little weird, honestly. So after Hagrid's, we went and ate at Three Broomsticks. I didn't show what we had because we literally got the same thing we got last time. But as soon as we walked out, because they ended up getting hot butter beer, because they still are selling hot butter beer right now, we walked out and it is very cold right now. Like, it's been getting colder almost the entire time we've been here today. So I just really want to do one quick look down behind Mythos to try and see a little bit of the entryway, because they just put the Velociraptors on the entrance area. But then I think we're gonna head out because I'm still wearing just shorts and it's gotten cold really fast. So I do love that they have King Julian is out here hanging out. And then it looks like one of the penguins from Penguins of Madagascar. Hello. So we came back here behind Mythos just to get a good shot of, if they were going to be testing it, this is going to be the best spot to see it. But look right there. There's the entrance with the 2 Velociraptors with the Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Man, I was kind of hoping to see it run today, because every time I'm not here, they seem to be running it. But you know what? Just means the first time I do get to see it in person running, it's going to be amazing. And I still cannot, I mean, they're still saying summer for this thing. They've got to be way ahead of schedule on that. because they've already got the sign up. They've got the entryway design. They've got the Velociraptors who are still wrapped up. They're testing the ride. They've got people actually riding it. So, I mean, they got to be farther along than they're saying. So it is the very first day of February, and it has literally just gotten colder and colder through the day. So I think the warmest part of today was probably around like 65 or 66 degrees. It is now down to about 60, maybe even colder now. And it's supposed to just get colder and colder and colder throughout the day. So this is why I've always said, if you come to Florida, just expect all seasons will happen in 1 week. Because yesterday was in the 70s and the 80s. Like last few days actually been in the 70s and the 80s. Today, very cold actually. Like it's actually colder than I anticipated. Because I am definitely underdressed considering I'm still only wearing shorts. Just want to take one last look at the Velocicoaster over here by where the entrance is, or the port of entry is. Man, when that thing opens, it's going to add an amazing look to the skyline, because you already have the Incredible Hulk coaster over there. Then you'll have the Velocicoaster right next to Popeye and Bill Drad's barges with the High in the Sky Seuss trolley ride. Plus, it's going to be the first thing you see when you walk out. Plus, when you see the trains going by the Discovery Center, it's going to make it all look epic. I will say I am very, very much glad we did the Hulk earlier, because right now, I would not want to ride that because it would be too cold of a ride. Even when we did Hagrid's, it was a little chilly, but between the time we did Hagrid's, ate at the 3 broomsticks, and left there, temperature dropped probably another 5 to 10 degrees because it's very cold out. Alright, so as we head out of Island Adventure, we actually are going to go ahead and call it a day just because it is getting much colder and we are not dressed for this. So, but I mean, overall, just a really nice little trip out to Islands of Adventure. We got to go ride the Incredible Hulk coaster, got to see more of the Velocicoaster stuff. I mean, overall, by Jurassic Park, the River Venture, we saw that they're running the water. All the rock work looks to be done. Went over to Road Hagrid, even though it did break down and they didn't right away get us on the ride, and they didn't offer us a chance to have one of the maroon passes to come back. But we still got on it, and then we had lunch at the 3 broomsticks before we went over and saw the new sign for the Velocicoaster. So I mean, overall, just a really good trip out to Island Adventure. I mean, I was hoping to go to Universal for a little bit, but this wind was cold. It's getting a little much considering we're not prepared for that. So with all that being said, as we do head out from a very fun, quick trip out to Islands of Adventure, we will see y'all next time.